Hey guys, welcome to my Samoan language instruction on mealtime. So we're going to be building off of the food video that we had last time. And if you haven't had a chance to go over that video, I recommend going over that. And so that you'll know kind of more of the food that you'll be eating and encountering there in the islands. So here's some common phrases. We're going to be working with some common phrases first. And basically, I'm just going to go over these with you one at a time. So let's have / fix our meal. So depending on who you're talking to is what it will be. So like if you have guests over, then it'd probably be like let's have our meal. But if you're talking to like your companion and the food's not ready, then it's let's fix our meal. Or if the food's already ready, then it's let's have our meal. So it's the same either way, just depending on the context. So se'i whai la tātou mea ai. Okay, so se'i whai la tātou mea ai. So se'i is kind of like let's, whai is have or fix, and then the la tātou right here is are, and the mea ai is the food. Is the food ready or hot? Literally, this is hot. But in Samoan, this is the way you would say, is it ready? Po ua vela le mea ai. Okay? So po ua vela le mea ai. So po, that's indicating a question. Ua is the tense marker. Vela is the hot. And the food is mea ai. Awesome. So have a little patience. You'll hear this a lot around people, you know, especially in joking terms like, is the food ready? And have a little patience. Ona sa'i laititi. Ona sa'i laititi. Okay? This one has an asterisk on it. Thanks for your trouble. La iloa lava. This asterisk right here is down here that it's referring to, if I can mark it. Let's try this. Not working very good. Sorry. Right here. So the asterisk is referring to this section. This phrase is said immediately after some act is performed, such as when food is placed before you. So if you're a guest and someone comes and brings you food, this is a common phrase to use, a la iloa lava. Okay? Moving on to the next, say the blessing, whai le tātou whaawhitai. Whai le tātou whaawhitai. So whaawhitai is actually thanks. So say the thankfulness, I guess, is what it literally means. Shall I, this is implied, and the you is implied. So these things that are in parentheses are implied. So what this sentence is literally saying is some more cocoa. Pour you some more cocoa. So this is toi lingi le coco. Toi lingi le coco. I'm agreeable to anything at all. Again, the things in the parentheses is implied, so anything at all. You would say so'ose mea, and then if you wanted to just add a effect, then you could add on a lava. So so'ose mea. Awesome. Thanks for your courtesy. The your is implied. Thanks for the courtesy compliments on the cooking. This has another asterisk, and that's referring to this section. But this is whaawhitai le whaloalo, malo le ngā sese. Okay? So this phrase is usually said when you are finished eating and as you push your plate away from you. So if you're a guest to someone and you're done eating, you push your food away and you say this phrase. You say whaawhitai le whaloalo, malo le ngā sese. Okay? So this is when you are a guest to someone who's hosting you. So another funny thing is make sure that you don't say this word right here. It'd be easy to mix it up with ngase ngase. Ngase ngase is basically, I'll just write it out here really quickly. Ngase, and then I'm going to do what Samoans do a lot. They do the times two. So ngase ngase, it's just ngase and then another ngase. So ngase ngase is the respectful form of eat, and I've actually encountered some people, some missionaries, who said accidentally, they said malo le ngase ngase instead of the malo le ngase. The ngase, this one is the correct one that you want to use. This one is not on the bottom. This one is a no-go. Okay, so just remember, don't say that. So malo le ngase ngase. What you would say if you're saying that, you're saying thanks for the sickness. So I've seen some missionaries who've actually said, thank you for the sickness. And it's actually pretty humorous, especially with Samoans who are very funny people. Okay, so those are the common phrases. I encourage you to pause the video at this point and go over some of these and try to memorize them. Okay, moving on to some patterns for mealtime. This is, shall I serve you some more? Okay, and the way you would say that is toi avatu. Toi avatu, and then here's some little things that you can use. You can say water, chicken, rice, pork, and if you watch my food video, then you have a lot more choices than just these. But the thing here that you need to know is some water would be nivai. So you would use nivai. Okay? A chicken, a piece of chicken would be se fasi moa. Okay? So just remember your usage of determiners. If you don't remember what determiners are, go back to my basic grammar video and just remember to use the correct one. Rice would be ni alaisa, and pork would be se fasi pua'a. Okay, so that is how you would say, shall I serve you some more? Toi avatu. And then this is how you say, this is enough, thank you. It's walava lea, fa'afatai. So that's if you don't want any more scoopings. If you're a palangi like me, you're going to not know how much food they eat in the islands, especially to their ministers or missionaries. And they like their blessings, and the way that they feel they earn their blessings is to take care of their ministers and their missionaries. And so you are denying them blessings if you turn them down. So a lot of times, this phrase, if you're a missionary, won't work. This is enough, thanks. Walavalea fa'afatai. They'll tell you something like tausami. Tausami is this. It's Tausami. Okay? Tausami is the respectful word for eat. There's more words than just tausami. There's taumafa. This is Taumafa. Taumafa. So these are two different ways that they could say respectfully. These are the respectful words that they use on other people. Say, eat more. And if you're like me, a Palangi missionary, you're not going to know what the definition of full is until you get to the islands, okay? So they feed you really well over there. This is enough, thanks. Sometimes that may work, sometimes that might not. But if they do say, shall I serve you some more, you could say yoi. Yoi, this is a capital I right here, upside down T. This is just, you could just say yes, and then you could say thanks, fa'afatai. Or you could say the respectful way of saying yes, and that is olea lava. Okay? Olea lava is the respectful word for yes. Okay? So I'll just write yes down here really quick. Okay? And only use this when, and this is a respectful word that you can say when you're agreeing to something. So if someone said, hey, do you want some more, or shall I serve you some more water? The respectful way to say yes is olea lava. Okay? Awesome. So I encourage you again to pause the video at this point and work on these phrases. Okay, here's some more phrases. Dish me some blank, please. Okay? So asu mai. Asu is dish. Asu mai sina. And sina is a word for some. It's another word for some. And then you can, here's some more, and obviously if you had some more words memorized, then you can add more to that underlined portion. Asu mai sina chicken stew, suamoa, cocoa rice, cocoa alaisa. I really love that. And beef stew, suapovi. Awesome. So there's dish me some blank, please. And then pass the blank, please. This fa'a ngase ngase. So this fa'a, when you add a fa'a onto the ngase ngase, we talked about the ngase ngase before. We just talked about this portion. I didn't have the fa'a on it before. And the ngase ngase by itself is the respectful word for sick. Okay, so you use that word on others when other people are sick. But when you add a fa'a, don't ask me why. But when you add a fa'a onto it, it makes it pass. It's the respectful word for pass. And fa'a ngase ngase maile, and then you can add the salt, pepper, butter, bread, which is masima, pepa, pata, and falawa. Okay? Awesome. And there's those phrases. The last page here that I'm giving you for mealtime, obviously this isn't everything that you'll use during a mealtime, but this is the basics and the things that you'll encounter a lot. This food is really blank, okay, hot and spicy. So ua blank tele lene mea ai, okay? So you would use the adjective. These are all adjectives, okay? You would use the adjective at the beginning of the sentence instead of at the end like you do in English, okay? So then you'd say ua feu. This is pronounced feu, okay? Remember that U that has a macron on top of it. That's hot and spicy. So use hot and spicy a lot. This food is basically what it's translating directly. Then if you wanted to say delicious, it's manaya, okay? Rich is lololo. Stale is mafu. And burned is mo. I wouldn't really tell people that you're hosting these ones right here. I would just tell like someone that you know really well. You know, not in front of, if someone's hosting you, you don't want to be rude, but let's say you're cooking the food and it went bad or something. The rich, I guess, is okay. So these two are the ones you don't want to use. This one, you could say this one, lo lo lo. But here's some more. Are you satisfied? So this first one is the polite way. This is the honorific way. So this is what you'll hear others say to you, and this is what you should say to them. Po ua e laulale. Okay? Po ua e laulale. That's the honorific way of saying it. And then for thirst, quenched or satisfied of thirst is malie. Okay, so this is the way that you would say, are you satisfied or quenched? And you could say, yes, I am. So yeah, you could say yoi o lea lava. You could even combine those two. So like what we did before we go to the end. So if someone asks you, po ua e laulare, you could say yoi, you could say that, and then you could say o lea lava. Okay, o lea lava. And if they ask you po ua e malie, and you could say the same thing. One quick little, I guess, insight. I had a missionary that I was working with who wanted to know how you say I am satisfied or I am quenched of thirst. The way that you would say that, you just say ua o malie. Okay, so if you wanted to say I'm satisfied of thirst or I'm quenched, this is just a really it's the correct way of saying it. I had to ask some Samoans directly if this was the right way, but this is ua o malie. Okay, so this is a quick insight. Another way, like on our last page here, yes, thank you. Yoi ua ngoto le va'a, okay, fa'a fitai. So this part right here, yoi ua ngoto le va'a, this in the box, this literally means the ship has sunk. And this is kind of just a proverb like, oh, it was really tasty, the ship has sunk. I'm not exactly sure how that proverb came to be, but this is what you use to respectfully say, we're full. Because this right here is, if they ask you this, po ua e maona, this is the common way if you're satisfied or if you're no longer hungry. So if you're full is what this really means. Po ua e maona is like, are you full? You don't want to say, like what we were saying before, you don't want to say ua o, which, I mean, I know that you're trying to be respectful by using common words, but in this case, you don't want to say ua o maona, okay? So normally, you would say the common word for yourself. You wouldn't use this laulale on yourself. I wouldn't use, instead of right here, I wouldn't use laulale. So I understand you're wanting, and I had the same question, but I understand you wanting to use the common word on yourself, but for some reason, at least what I have come to understand is it's kind of rude to say this, wa o maona. So they revert to the wa ngoto le va'a instead. Okay, so don't, if it was me, I mean, maybe if you ask some Samoans, they might tell you differently. But just to be safe, I'd probably refrain from saying ua o maona. I would just say ua ngoto leva'a, or if they say are you satisfied, just say yoi o lea lava. Those are the two ways that I would go about doing it. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and I encourage you to continue to watch these videos, and tofa soy fua.